testing, 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 testing. Hello?
We're on. All right, welcome to the Farmington Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Please stand for the. Yes. Can you hear me, Ron?
Hear you when you talk into it, yeah. Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, is that better? All right, I'd like to introduce the Zoning Board of Appeals. To my left is Tom Lay. Kelly Cochran is absent. To my right is Ralph Puccino, and then Matt Marco. Tom York. Nope. Can you guys hear me? I'm all right. Okay, thanks. And then our town staff is Elizabeth Klingenberg, our clerk of the board, Paul Ruthman, our zoning officer, and then Ron Brand, director of development. We have two emergency exits, one that you came in and one to your right. I don't expect to be needing that. Okay. This meeting will be conducted in according to the rules of procedure of the Zoning Board of Appeals adopted January 27th, 2025. I'd like to have a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
I will motion.
Motion by Ralph, second by
I'll second.
Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, there were two legal notices for tonight's meeting in the Daily Messenger and posted on the town's website, ZB 2026-0101 and ZB 2026-0102. Okay, I'd like to open the public hearing for the first application. That would be the ZB 2026-0101 for Farmbrook Development LLC, 290 West Main Street, Victor, New York, 14564. For an area variance involving tax map count 41.12-5-68.000. A corner lot of the Farmbrook subdivision to allow relief from the Town Code of Environment, Chapter 165-21G, Section 1, for relief from the 35-foot minimum setback requirement for a structure in the R-7.2 Plan Subdivision District. Property is located on a corner lot having a Meadowbrook Lane setback of 33.8 feet. The property is located at 1584 Oatfield Drive, Farmington, New York, 14425. So, I have the name and address for the record.
Absolutely. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the zoning board. My name is Robert Brenner, address 290 West Main Street, Victor. Here on behalf of the Canandaigua Development Company, Farmbrook Development LLC, as our special purpose entity for this project. The reason we're before you tonight is to seek an area variance, as the chairman outlined in his opening remarks, of about 1.2 feet. It's being driven by the fact that this particular lot is on a corner, and the unique issue that we're having with this lot is that the east and west lines, based on the orientation of the house on the plot plan that you have in front of you, the east and west lines or side lines of the home are not perfectly parallel with one another. There's a slight angle on the right-of-way side or the right side of the home that's creating the need for about a 1.2-foot variance. When we initially went through the site plan review and approval process, this lot is adjacent to the former phase section 6 of the Farmbrook subdivision. So this is the first lot within our section that we're currently developing, section 7. And that match line, when we did the right-of-way, we didn't quite realize that there was that slight angular irregularity in the lot. So it's necessitating the need for approximately 1 foot variance, 1.2 feet here. This model home, I will say, has been built within section 7, the section that we're currently developing, multiple times. There's about 6 or 7 examples of this home that have been constructed on lot widths varying between 62 feet and 65 feet in width. This lot's 80 feet in width, so it's slightly larger than where we've built it elsewhere, but the need for the variances are being driven by the 2 frontage requirements on the corner lot and that slight angular condition that we have on the right-of-way side. But again, we think it's consistent with the character of the neighborhood. It's been built within this section already, actually on smaller lots. It's just those unique characteristics that are driving the need for it.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, staff comments?
Yeah, I drafted 2 resolutions for you. One, the seeker classification type 2. The other one is a resolution to approve with conditions, setting forth what I believe to be reasons for approving the requested area variance. And I haven't heard anything from anybody, so I'm good to go.
Paula?
I don't have anything additional to add.
Okay, any public comments here or online? Do we have anyone online?
We have our next applicant online.
Okay, hearing none. Board members' comments required. Nope.
I'm good.
Okay. Hearing none, I guess we'll close the public hearing.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
We'll move on to our next public hearing. ZB 2026-01-2 or 02 for Ruston Paving located at 6228 Collette Road, Farmington, New York, 14425 for an area variance involving tax map account 29.00-1-4.000 to allow relief from the Town Code requirement, Chapter 165-34J3 G6, for not constructing a public sidewalk across the property's frontage along the south side of Martensia Road and the west side of State Route 332. The property is zoned GI General Industrial. So please state your name and address for the record for who is speaking on behalf.
Yeah, good evening. Jeff Palicki from Ruston Paving, 6228 Collette Road, Farmington.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so we are looking to expand our yard, our shop, and some office space at Ruston Paving. So, yes, we're looking for an area variance to not have to construct a sidewalk along Route 332.
Okay, is there anything else?
That's it at this time. I guess if we're looking at the whole context of the situation, there's not sidewalks there currently, I guess, on neighboring properties to tie into. It doesn't seem conducive to pedestrian traffic, so yeah, we're looking for that variance so we can proceed with going forward with site plans and site plan approval, et cetera.
Okay. All right, I guess, staff comments.
Yes, I've written the classifications for seeker. And also, in this instance, I recommend that the sidewalks not be required along Route 332, as there's not sufficient room there to construct sidewalks from the traveling motorists speeding along 332. It's an unsafe condition.
Agreed.
We've not required it of others along 332, and I'm hoping that the other part of this is the need for a variance for the frontage on Colette Road. And in this instance, we're not asking for construction. We're asking for a 15-foot wide easement rather from the railroad property line to Colette Road to connect to the sidewalks that exist at the intersection. This is an alternative that's under planning right now. The county has made it known that they are in the process of abandoning a portion of that railroad. And when they do, we have sidewalks on the north side. People are using 332 to get to their convenience store there that they have. This would provide a easement so the town could construct sidewalks when that railroad abandonment occurs. Right now, putting a pedestrian crossing across the railroad tracks is easier than, a lot of things in this world, for sure.
Sure. Yep.
I sent these out. I have not heard any comments. So I think, unless I hear something different, we're ready to go with the resolutions as written.
Okay. Paula?
I talked to Jeff today. It seemed like he was all set with an understanding. So I have nothing additional at this time.
Okay. Public comments from the room or online? All right. Hearing none, how about board members' comments or questions?
No. Good.
No, good. All right, we'll close this public hearing.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay warm wherever you are, Jeff.
Will do. You do the same.
All right, we'll move on to board deliberations and decisions. First up is ZB 2026-0101, Farmbrook. Okay, so can I get a motion to waive the reading of the seeker and accept it as presented by the town staff?
Yes, I so move.
Matt moves it. Ralph second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, then can I have a motion to waive the reading of the complete findings and decisions and read the determinations and conditions?
Make a motion to waive the reading, complete the findings and decision resolution, and read the determination and conditions.
By Tom, second
Second.
by Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Zoning Board of Appeals, after reviewing the above five proofs, makes the following determination: that the benefit to the applicant does outweigh any known detriment to the community or neighborhood, and therefore the requested area variance for 1.2 feet from the minimum 35-foot setback requirement is approved with the following conditions. 1, the requested front setback for the proposed principal structure to be constructed on lot 595 shall be 33.8 feet from the right-of-way for Meadowbrook Lane. The driveway for lot number 595 is to be installed and maintained from Oatfield Drive in the location shown on the submitted survey drawing prepared by Passero Associates for 1584 Oatfield Drive, Lot 595, project number 2024-3932.0595, dated 2026, January 6th. There shall not be a driveway installed for Lot 595 from Meadowbrook Lane. The final site plan drawing for Lot 595 is to contain a note that identifies this area variance restriction, including the file number and date such area variance was granted by the Town Zoning Board of Appeals. Said final site plan drawing for Lot 595 is to be amended on or before the issuance of a certificate of occupancy by the Town Code Enforcement Officer for the proposed structure. And 5, the applicant is to obtain a building permit from the Town Code Enforcement Officer for the construction of the proposed structure for Lot 595. Do you understand all that? Okay. Have a roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Variance. Okay, move on to the next one. ZB 2026-0102. Again, I'd like to have a motion to waive the reading of the seeker and accept it as it's presented to us by the town staff.
I'll move to waive reading of the seeker.
And I'll second.
Offered by Matt, second by Ralph, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, and then also a motion to waive the reading of the complete findings and decisions and read the determinations and conditions.
I will motion to waive the reading of the complete findings and decision resolution. Read the determination and conditions.
And I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Okay, still on, right? Zoning Board of Appeals, after reviewing the above 5 proofs, makes the following determination. That the benefit to the applicant does not outweigh the known detriment to the community or neighborhood, and therefore the requested area variance, which would exempt this property owner from having to provide for the installation of a section of public sidewalk across the State Route 332 frontage, is hereby granted, and that the area variance, which would exempt this property owner from having to provide for the future installation of a section of public sidewalk across the West Colette Road frontage of the Ruston Paving Company's property is denied with the following conditions. 1, the applicant, prior to being granted final site plan approval by the Town Planning Board for the proposed additions to the Ruston Paving Company's property, shall file a 15-foot wide permanent easement to the town for the construction of an ongoing maintenance of the future construction of a public pedestrian sidewalk across their property frontage along the east side of the former Martensia Road. And there's to be a note added to the final site plan drawing identifying the date and resolution number of the town board's acceptance of the above referenced easement, including the liber and page of the recorded easement in the office of the Ontario County Clerk. And the applicant is to obtain final site plan approval and meet all conditions of approval by the Town Planning Board prior to the Town Code Enforcement Officer's granting of a certificate of zoning compliance for the planned site improvements. And the applicant is to obtain a building permit from the Town Code Enforcement Officer. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Okay. And we have a roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So you have it. All right. Move on to other board matters. The rules of procedure. So we had some sent to us today. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make ask for a motion to talk about it, but I'll table the voting on to it until we have a full board.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Agree.
Right. So do we have any comments or questions about it?
Yes, in 17, the section 17 for acting chair, we have a TBD listed there. Should we just say the most senior member would be the fill-in acting chair if you're not present?
Yeah, excuse me. I believe the chapter 9 of the town code provides for the chairperson to appoint a acting chairperson in his absence.
Tom is mine if I'm asked.
Oh, okay. So
You do have one.
it's just highlighted as TBD, so I'm making.
Right.
I don't have any comment on it. I thought the additions were,
Right.
for me, I didn't see any problem with it.
Yeah, I've been swamped with things. And I do have some comments that I'll be getting out to you during this next period. So you can take them into consideration. We do have a new system, iWorks, is it, or whatever it's called?
Right.
Want to make sure that the attachments that we're putting to this is indeed the correct attachments. I had no idea why they were here, but anyhow. And then I want to make specific reference in here to your duties and responsibilities as have now been added to chapter 9 of the town code. Previously, that didn't exist.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the stuff we talked about. I think we talked about this previously, didn't we?
Yeah. And then, there is just a reference to the referral to the clerk of the adjacent municipality. One of the things that I did notice this morning was we need to move item J. It says if there are no continued hearings, then the board shall follow the order upon which is on the meeting agenda sheet. In our order of business, continued hearings come before new hearings.
Mhm.
So I just shifting that up. Those are some of the examples of the things that I had identified this morning.
Okay.
Nothing earth shattering.
I think it's smart we wait till Kelly, so.
Yeah, give her a chance to it. So
Yep.
we'll table that till next month. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Okay, it's tabled. Any public comments? Or on the line? No? Director of Development update.
Yeah, the town did submit a grant application to the county for the state, for the Empire State Development Corporation's grant award to each of the counties. There's one grant selected, and then they have to prove that what the grant is for meets the goals and objectives of the Empire State Development Corporation. We submitted that grant last Tuesday for $1 million to help defray the costs for constructing a new force main from Pump Station 1 located at the Finger Lakes Racing and Gaming Casino down Beaver Creek Road to the Interceptor Sewer where it crosses there. That diversion will allow the existing 8-inch gravity sewer that now receives the flow from the racetrack and other projects over there, giving more capacity to that area that can operate on gravity system. The second part of that project is a short section of parallel sewer line connecting to the interceptor sewer over there on Hortensia Road by Pheasants Crossing. That will allow additional capacity for completing Monarch Manor and also anticipated future development in that area to move forward. The third part of the equation is new pumps, new electrical systems for Pump Station 1 to accommodate known flows that are coming to us, one of which is Fairdale Meadows 40-lot subdivision. Hopefully they're going to start construction of that this year. And down the road, hopefully Paddock's Landing, 186 single-family lots, all of which will come through that pump station. So it's important that we give some relief to that gravity sewer system that not only serves us, but it also serves the projects there in Victor, the plaza there, Phoenix Mills, the other sites over there, the Van Bortle car dealership. So we think we have a good, strong application and keep our fingers crossed that it gets funded. The other things that are in the works right now, and that sewer project is shown on the maps over there. So if you want to take a look at it on your way out, please help us out. Other things in the works, we have public hearings coming up starting next Wednesday for the preliminary overall site plan and subdivision for Farmington Meadows. That's the Cook property project on 332 and 41 north of the state police. Then in March, there will be public hearings starting on the improvements to fire station number 2. And we may be seeing a request from Blackwood Office Park to grant them an extension so that they can get everything aligned to start working on Lot R2, the 100,000 plus square foot warehouse project that's been kind of in limbo for the past 2 years, awaiting financial issues to be resolved. And I heard today that they think they have them resolved, so they'll be coming to the planning board, I believe, in March 4th to discuss an extension of time. So those are some of the bigger projects. Planning board did, at the last meeting, have a concept discussion with McDonald's. They're going to demolish the existing building, rebuild a new one on the same footprint, realign the drive-throughs from the northwest corner of the building to the east side of the building so that when you come in, you can get into 2 lines of 6 lines each. They need some area variances for parking. They're basically, their model now is not having a lot of sit-down people ever since COVID in the restaurants. So we'll see where that all goes. Conservation Board's looking at that tonight. And then the only other thing that I'm aware of is basically we have a project coming in here on County Road 8 for a single family home and other related uses to a church organization, I believe it is.
They're labeled virtual church.
Yeah. So that'll see where that goes. I'll let Paula talk about your next meeting.
Okay, Director Development done. Code Enforcement Officer update.
We have a few applications for next meeting. An area variance for height, area variance for size for a private garage. Um, there's like 4 applications already and at least one more.
Ending.
Busy meeting.
And then we'll hopefully wrap up our
Rules of
rules of
procedure.
procedure.
Okay.
In the office, Kaden will be out next week for a procedure. And Elizabeth is departing.
He's got this down pat now. We overrule.
She's got to file the environmental impact statement, you know, it's just, can't decide till that's in.
Ron?
The other new hire isn't started. The
Right, our new hire is,
Syracuse or whatever.
our new hire is expected on the 9th.
Well, you'll be missed, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
FLCC is a financial aid counselor.
Oh,
Quite a different.
okay, guys.
Everybody be nice to her.
I worked there for about 7 years as an academic advisor before moving.
Best of luck to you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Best of luck to you guys too.
you need it.
Sense that.
How long is he gonna be out?
Just a week,
Well, we hope just a week.
right?
Best of luck to him too for his procedure.
Yeah.
All goes well and it's not too severe, so. Okay, so we have a next meeting, March 23rd. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.